Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Decod3rs channel. Today we have like a special guest, like a founder of like Solana, Solana, like all of the founders that we welcome here. My best BFF from Bank Point, man. It was nice to meet you there.
Yeah.
Timur, how are you doing?
All right. Yeah, thank you for having me, and yeah, looking forward to this convo.
Pleasure. And like I told you, in the pre-show, we're going to talk about that's the second show about Frac / Banx that we did with Raw in April. So yeah, 6 months, bro, like 7 months ago. That time flies, man.
Eternity for NFTs.
Crazy. And I know you have been cooking since then, man. Like so many stuff changed.
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep busy, right?
Exactly.
And yeah, like if you don't produce a ton of announcements during like 1 month, people assume you're died already. Like in the project that is rugging, so you always have to produce something.
Yeah, exactly. So can you introduce yourself just quickly, and then what's Banx doing, like what you're pushing, working on every day, just
Sure.
for the two people that don't know you already.
I mean, I think that's more than two people, but yeah. Long story short, my name is Tim. I'm founder of Banx, previously known as Fract. We've been on Solana NFTs for more than 2 years now, constantly trying to build stuff that people would love to use. So for the last year and a half or so, we've been busy with NFT-related protocols. So we launched a bunch, always changing them, pivoting them. But in general, yeah, we're kind of OGs that focused on products rather than, kind of trying to hype around and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and NFTify is obviously big. So yeah, what changed since you were Fract, and what's happening with Banx right now? Because you pushed something big recently, right?
Yeah. So basically, we renamed Fract into Banx to align with our collection that we launched, which I believe one of the best kind of art collections, first of all, on Solana, in my humble opinion. But aside from that, there's huge utility attached to these NFTs, and yeah, we just kind of to make it all kind of singular brand. We did rename into Banx. Altogether launched the new version of our protocol, which is perpetual P2P loans. In a nutshell, what's the key difference between these and other P2P protocols is that it's perpetual, meaning both parties can have these loans going on for months if they are happy with the terms. And that kind of removes the friction from the borrower to constantly, every 3 or 7 days, to renew them, to extend them. And kind of brings more capital efficiency. And we strongly believe that currently NFTify meta is shifted towards options, which is high risk loans with high interest rates. We've been doing, for the most of our history, low LTV, low interest rate loans, even so that we kind of feel like our niche that we're trying to fill, so that kind of less risk for both parties. And good experience for both parties, instead of lenders getting wrecked all the time because of high LTVs. So
so that's exactly your last announcement, right? You were even explaining that people were asking for lower API to reduce the not to reduce the risk, but as a consequence of reducing the risk, then you have lower API, but people prefer that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've been honestly speaking, that's a lot of people in our community who loved our previous products that were also low LTV, low API. I mean, by low LTV or low API, it's actually not that low. It's just compared to other protocols, that's low. But still, compared to regular DeFi, it's quite a lot. And it's just a lot of people were complaining, not just in our Discord, but on others protocols Discord, about it's too rigged, the system is too skewed towards borrowers who abuse and lenders who provide capital. So what we're trying to do is to find the equilibrium where it makes sense for both parties, and it's safe, and pleasant experience for both. Yeah, that's why we do these steps, like with the reduction of interest rates and so on.
Okay, and have you seen like a injection of capital since you have done this update? It was last week, right? So maybe not.
It was a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So not as much. And yeah, we kind of just it's actually a grind. Like what we do is we talk to it's not that many people in NFTFi right now. So what we do is just grind out people and talk to every other person we can, and slowly kind of onboarding people on the platform. That's kind of what we focused on right now. So if you never tried, lending or borrowing, you can always kind of head out to our website, and at least on our app, you are less likely to get wrecked just because it's structured a bit differently.
But also with like the perpetual, because like there is no rollover on the contract, like so the liquidity can stay in like in the loans, right? So you're basically decreasing like the liquidity of the NFT collection on secondary market, etc. Like, does that make it like more subject to manipulation? Like, for example, if I have like a huge part of the collection, then I can play with the floor price, because again, like I determine the floor price of a collection by just listing one of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could do that with every other protocol, right?
100%.
Yeah, you have people who place offers based on their gut feeling about like what's reasonable. Obviously, they look at floor and they kind of decide, okay, if the floor is X, I'm gonna put like minus 50% of that, for example. And yeah, if there is a huge swings in the collection floor price, that usually affects lending protocols a lot. Like you have a cascade, and every other NFT lending protocol goes through many of them. Like just like floor goes down a lot, then lenders capitulate, then they sell NFTs even more, so it goes down even more. So it's kind of vicious cycle. Nothing really could do about it. It's just really how market operates, and we're just building a product for derivative kind of trading, and just trying to do our best job to protect both sides. But by the end of the day, you still get wrecked if you bought the high, right? If some guy who controls the floor, quote unquote, it can just dump on you. That means that you haven't done enough research or anything like that. And I mean, the asset itself is very volatile, so what we're trying to do is just make it reasonable for lenders first of all, and borrowers as well, to still participate in the game.
And if we have like collection of 100,000 PFPs, does that make that better for the whole ecosystem? Or
I mean, we have an example of Faceless, for example, which is like very cheap collection, but they have like a massive supply. And since we rolled out the CNFT support, they basically loaded our website just like with small loans, what looks like 40K loans just on Faceless. So I don't think that really kind of changes anything. And at least on our website, we've really like digged into performance. So you can borrow like tens of thousands of NFTs like in a couple of clicks. But it's all more like dependent on the liquidity, right?
That no 100%. And like so is like the NFT fi because in the bear market, like liquidity is going back to gold. So like
there's no liquidity in the bear market.
Exactly. Like it's tricky, right? Like it can be it can like be dirty really, really fast. Plus season stuff farming. But also NFT fi also is that not a fair price of the NFT? And before loans on Web3 asset, we were just have inflated assets, and our PFP was worth 10K, but it was unreasonable, and NFT platform loan maybe provide a fair price of assets.
Yeah, I mean, we don't appreciate the NFTs anymore ourselves. We don't have Oracle or anything, so we really kind of because we, like, if you remember, we've been there, and like for a long time we were the only pool-based NFT protocol with Oracle. And it's just like it's not scalable really, especially in Solana during the bear market. Like liquidity is so thin, so your Oracle doesn't operate right, and it doesn't really reflect what's going on. So like we really like come to the point where like, okay, this stuff is nice, like people love it because it's so easy to lend and so easy to borrow, but by the end of the day we have to protect lenders in such if we use pools. And we couldn't really guarantee that because of the like very thin liquidity.
Okay.
Otherwise you just support like 3 collections and that's it.
True. But like, okay, so where's the price action coming from then? Like, is that like the lenders?
Lenders
so the lenders
decide like how much they want to borrow. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's just that with the low interest, like right now on other protocols, lenders are incentivized to provide very high LTVs, which attract only people who want to hedge or short NFTs. And the protocol structured mostly that way, that first thing you borrow is like from the top offer. And it's nice. It's kind of secondary market for options on NFTs, so you can kind of short or hedge. But we kind of believe that we want to be in a different niche where it's like more sustainable, where lenders have less interest, also less yield, but then they're not incentivized to be like on the top of the high LTV. So that means that they're naturally way more protected. They're not as high, they're not as close as the floor price. They provide a bit less. That means if there is like huge swings, they're not that much affected.
Yeah, the first loan's getting liquidated because the floor price moved a lot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And that's GM Ramo, what's up? And I see I forgot to say, like, it's been a couple of weeks since I did a stream and I forgot to say hi to the chat. So hi VPFI Static, hi Mitchell, and Seratos, what's up? And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the chat to Timur from Banx. Have you ever like used Banx before, like in the chat? I'm curious. I want to see that.
I mean, we still haven't run like proper rebranding campaign. We're very busy with other stuff, so that's why people still call us Fract a lot of times. But
it's possible that I do that myself.
Yeah, that's all right.
But like now, like what's the good branding is like your PFP, like you can recognize it everywhere where you can see it, and that's good. That's the power of Web3 for sure.
Yeah, sure.
And okay, so man, like I think you capture a lot of market share recently, right?
Sometimes on the good days, it depends really. Right now the liquidity and the volumes are very low, so a couple thousand SOL really like make all the difference. So I think right now there is a bit of like equilibrium between the 3 protocols. All it takes is just a couple thousand SOL a day to change roster. It's kind of like the state of the market right now.
Okay, so the race is getting a bit slower, but just getting.
And we are as a protocol not as focused on like volume per day because loans are perpetual. It means that even if you borrow today, it can go for like weeks or months. So we're more focusing on like just capturing loans TVL, and building the best protocol possible to kind of retain that. Kind of make it sticky.
And if I lend my NFT like for 6 months, like do I get like the SOL back like wherever I want to withdraw at the end of the loan?
If you're borrowing, or you mean if you're lending?
If I lend my NFTs. I lend my NFTs, so I have the SOL. Yeah, my bad. So now like the performances, like the APY. when do I get that?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how you communicate that with borrower. You can ask them for partial repayments every now and then.
Okay.
Or if you're like, okay, dude, you have to pay right now, you just click terminate, and then he has 3 days to repay the loan fully, or just kind of extend it and sell it to other lender. And during these 3 days, also other lenders can buy out the loan from you, meaning that they will cover principal and interest, so you earn your money, and the loan just continues, but in the hands of other guy.
Oh yeah, because like all of the loans are put in a pool, and then like when you basically sell your loan to someone else.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So you can do it yourself, either like without even like contacting borrower. For example, there is an offer that's a bit higher than yours. You have some yield kind of locked in that loan, and you want to exit, right? So you just sell that loan automatically to other guy. And
nice. Can you fractionalize the loan?
No, you can't sell the parts. We found we experimented in that way as well with our previous protocol, but it got really difficult to understand for lenders. So they were not really happy about it, and also with like small capital, small loans, it doesn't really make sense when when you want to provide liquidity for the full 5 SOL loan and you just provide it for 2 SOL, kind of doesn't make much sense. So
like the complexity of NFT is interesting. That's a good point too, because like so you start Solana web NFTs like today. You have to understand like the wallet, like the platform, to where do I buy my stuff. Then there is maybe stacking in your project. So so my NFT is not here, but I still have access to it or whatever. And then I can loan it, get some SOL back, borrow my souls, then stack this SOL. Like what the fuck? Like
I mean, actually, that's our end goal, is to make sure that we can inject NFT liquidity into regular DeFi, because that's something that you cannot really do with other platforms, because the interest is so high. Like for you to be able to afford, kind of extending this loan and keeping the debt, you have to be somewhere finding like 80 to 200 APY on Sol. So it's either you doing some like in 7 days, you either like do some play that gives you like 2x, 3x, something like that, or you just kind of didn't play something, right? But there is no way you can find that yield in regular DeFi for you to support that loan and kind of cycle it in some other way to make it happen. So that's ultimately what we're trying to do, is to give you cheap liquidity so that you can put that liquidity somewhere else also, right? And then you're happy because your JPEGs actually like making money for you because of the SOL that you unlocked, and you still keep the JPEG, right? Something that you would do with like SOL, right? If you're smart, you'll put it in like liquid staking, then you take that MSOL and you put it like, for example, land it on, I don't know, Camino land. Then you access USDC, and then that USDC you can put in some other firm. That's how people do DeFi, because like they earn yield here and there, and capital just doesn't sit right like that, right?
But for every time you're taking loan or staking, then there is like a protocol risk but like the thing is, like if everyone is doing it, like if you don't do it, so you fall a little bit behind. But as personal, maybe it doesn't matter. But like, so if everyone is doing it, even if you don't do it, you're still gonna lose your capital because SOL is going back to $5, and then you fucked anyway.
Yeah. I mean, but our goal is to allow you to do it, right? It doesn't necessarily you have to do it, but with like current meta, with like 180 APY on your Solana JPEG loan, you can't do it. Really just can't. And that's what we're building towards, like reasonable yield, staking integrations as well, so that you can keep your loan active and stake NFT in your project as the same time, so that you don't really miss out on any like rewards and benefits and still access the capital. Because on Solana, it's very like it's very funny market. Every collection has a staking, literally every collection. and that means that most of this capital, most of this supply is locked away from the from the liquidity providers, and that's one of the things that we also want to improve.
But that makes sense, because like if you are the first like step in this like DeFi ecosystem, and then people like do something with the capital they get from your platform, then you are like like you onboard more people into it, and then like they can continue to develop their capital.
Exactly. Because if you look at the top collections and like any other collection, 80 to 90% of the supply is locked in staking contracts. So it's locked out from trading, it's locked out from DeFi. And obviously the purpose of staking contracts is to lock that out from trading, so people not sell, right? But there is no such conflict with borrowing, because borrowing is not necessarily selling, and especially if it's done at reasonable LTV, like at reasonable percentage. Because if you're selling, if you're borrowing this money, quote unquote, but your LTV is like 95%, that's literally selling. It's literally selling with opportunity to get it back in the 7 days. But nobody is going to sell their NFT for 50% loss, right? I mean, on Solana everything happens, but it doesn't really like make sense, right? So
it's like a pro poker player like playing with noobs that just started the game to learn the game like last week, and they don't know what to do because like all of the rational decision are like left.
yeah. People can on Solana, people can sell NFTs for like 0.1 loss or like 2 SOL lost, and it's all right.
Did you find the reason for that, or it's just like one of the biggest mystery on Solana?
One of the biggest mysteries for myself. Yeah, I mean, I either keep it to 0, or sell for profit if I really feel like to. That's my approach to NFTs.
Yeah, exactly. That honestly, it's kind of the same mindset as startup investment, right? Like you either hit like you go for Airbnb hit, or all your money is gone.
Yeah, and most of my money is gone, but because I am buying NFTs on Solana for 2 years already.
You just need one, bro. Just need one to pay for everything.
Yeah.
But the Banx collection is doing well, right?
I mean, we've experienced a bit of the cascade as well on our own, because obviously most of our holders were trying out the platform and borrowing a lot of money, so it was a bit it was a bit over leveraged, so we kind of experienced a bit of dump, but so far so good. I can't complain really, especially like considering how many projects launched throughout 2 years. And when we were launching all together with the OGs like DJNapes, Aurori, SMBs, and Decod3rs and stuff like that. But also at the same time, we were launching with a bunch of like collections that were hyped and everything. But right now, doesn't really nowhere. So I consider we're doing well so far.
That's good. And like man, like that's impressive, like to stay on the chain first. And to continue to build and like keep pivoting and like to find like the good PMF, right? And it's hard.
That's what we do. Like we really fell in love with Solana early on, because we all came from East, most of us. So we're like, oh, that's actually neat. It wasn't really the Solana 2 years ago was really different from Solana now. Like the quality of developer experience is very different. Like right now, it's really fun to dev on Solana. It wasn't back then, but even then, we saw how fast it is, how slick it is, and how huge the potential is. Because when we entered the space, it was like Solana was worth like $15 or something. So and since then we're just trying to figure out the best kind of products, trying to build exciting stuff that excites us, and just kind of learning and writing all the way.
Bro, like Fire Dancer update will be lit.
Yeah.
Is that something that's gonna help you like building the best platform too? Like, can you do something special with that kind of update on the chain?
I mean, everything would go faster, right? I mean, it's already fast as fuck, but I mean, for our use case, honestly, like it's fast enough. Like for our product, you don't need like that fast, right?
Yeah.
So Fire Dancer is exciting for like other type of applications, like transactions that you need to go like needs to go very fast between like institutions and stuff, and like or retail and institutions, things like that. But honestly speaking, like for NFTFi, you don't need that much speed, right? So
there is no high frequency loan trading stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Even like NFT trading, I get the point. Like when you trade NFTs, there's like a lot of participants. You need high throughput and you need high speed and everything. But for NFTFi, it's already like DeFi doesn't require that much of a speed. It requires cheap transactions, and that's what we already have. But that's why like capital is way more efficient. But with the speed, yeah, we are good where we are.
But like, so you can play with the spread too, right? So if it go fast, like between the loans and the floor price of a collection, and with perpetual, like because you close the contract whenever the fuck you want, right? So you can even get money out of the spread of the floor price if there is more volume into it, right? That's interesting.
If you build some kind of bot or like because on a human level it's a bit hard to do to kind of do what you described. But if there is like some automation happening, definitely. If it's the same as what Jita does, right? They just kind of put MV rewards on top of Sol, liquid Sol. So that's the same thing. You can do that,
Okay, the future for Solana is bright, and especially with like the
no, 100%. Like I was buying at 8, and then a bit at 15 because like for me $8 for Sol is just like I was like it's stupid really. And I was never like I can't be sometimes bearish on NFTs or NFTs on Sol because I think that market still has lots to prove to the other space that is like have the use cases, but the network itself is just like undeniably for me. I was always sure that it's gonna be massive. So
I think something I don't know about like in the next bull run if we're gonna see like little PFP on Twitter like getting a valuation of 20,000, but like still like the community aspect of it, plus like the fact that it's your ticket to enter a software and use a software. And then you have like the SaaS model with NFTs. I think that's dope and that makes sense. But $20,000 for or more for a PFP.
I mean, I think there is like different use cases, right? So 20,000 is more like it's more falls into like status and like country club type of thing, when you kind of you understand that the person you're talking to is able to spend that much money on JPEG. But I really but I really like the concept of like, for example, cyber frogs, where it's just a gateway to really cool utility, and on top of that you also have the social layer, right? Because you're in the same Discord with other people who also have this NFT. So what I really like about like even current state of NFTs is that it's sometime in really good examples it's a gateway to utility plus social layer to the token, and to get everything in one, instead of just like accessing the app and using it for like investment. That's good, But on top of that, you get that, kind of community aspect that is really nice. So I really believe that aside from real world assets and aside from like country clubs and status things, these type of NFTs, you can call them utility NFTs, right? They have a potential because of, because you provide a bit more than just utility. You provide a community of like-minded people inside.
But that's what we saw like last year, right? Like when you have either like the hype project that sky is the limit, and then like that shit is flying or not, but like it's a zero or moon. And like all of the utility project, that like the floor price was like around like on Sol, 50, 40. Like you can see like the top is like almost the same between all of the utility projects. It didn't become like a utility project curse that they can go higher than that, but it makes sense because it's backed up by the whole utility, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think because like hype project is like high risk reward play. Like you either make it or not. And honestly speaking, I would fail as well if I would run like a hype project, because it's completely different skill set. And so we saw so many people trying to imitate Frank from Decod3rs, and so many like projects failing in trying to build that hype only hype project without any utility. And for me, it's really like I would if I would go that path, I would fail, to be honest. That's how I feel, and that's why we are not doing that. And you're right, like the limitation for the like floor price and whatever is definitely there, because it's different type of investors. Like all the utility, all the return their investment is already kind of priced in, so it doesn't make sense for them to buy higher. And that makes sense. It's just that's the reality. So you naturally just like, instead of like hyping things up and promising something that maybe not gonna be true, you just have to build the value, right? Like real value people can get. And we see like examples from like many projects, utility projects. If you link value good enough to the community, into NFT collection, you're gonna do all right. You're right, you won't be skyrocketing and you won't be hitting all-time highs every other week, but I think the sustainability and downside is also limited.
No, 100%. And like, do you have like a software engineer background?
I was starting out.
That's why makes sense. But it's like in something in Web2, right? Like you have like companies, again, that's and the founder is like a growth hacker, like a growth marketer, whatever. And then they have like software issues, because like it's not like the core vision and the core like skill set of the founders. And then you have like software engineer team that are highly technical. The product it's cool, it's lit, it's working, but marketing sucks. And that's like you have to balance both worlds to have a beautiful company.
I think we're still on the way. Like I'm really not, to be honest, I'm still not really like happy with how we balance out things. So I think there is a constant improvement on that end.
I was not saying that because like
no, I mean, I'm totally aware. That's one of the feedbacks that we get all the time, that tech is there, it's all good, but go to market and marketing sucks. And I mean, trying my best to fix that.
Okay, so what would you improve in like your go-to-market strategy to make it big?
I mean, we really feel shy sometimes to hype things up, and we are not maybe as vocal and attentive to like spaces and stuff. So that's kind of things that we are focusing on right now, and really just grinding out kind of our presence in the space.
You can come back more often on YouTube, bro.
No worries. For sure. I mean, for example, Banx Mint was like the huge step towards that direction, because before that we had 2 old collections. It was really hard to understand for newcomers, like what's going on, why do you have 2 collections. That's why we like did this massive mint with like just on one collection now that unifies everything. Now the name of the protocol is the same to the name of the collection. So like these steps we take to make it right.
That's interesting because I know, like, for example, Blocksmith Labs did like the reverse move, like, to split, like, from going from Blocksmith Labs and Smith to like Blocksmith Lab, because they launched also another collection, right? But like, and same thing again for Dust Lab stuff when they have like Decod3rs, whatever, and split the IP and I don't know which strategy and what movement is the best. Like, why did you decided like to merge everything, just to clarify everything?
Yeah, just to clarify everything. I mean, if your brand is big enough, like Decods, then you could do like second collection, or if you want to really how to say, separate one thing from another, because Smiths they're more like about the whitelisting they have, and Migos are a game project, right? So they really like different things. It wasn't the case for us. Like we are focused on one thing. So
that makes sense. That's why the whole channel is Decoders and stuff like that, because we are like watch to earn and content creation. That makes sense.
Exactly.
I have a justification now.
You're doing all right. No worries.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. What's up, Tuyen? What's up, Apalai? Okay, I have always issues pronouncing your handle. Sorry about that. But GM. So okay, go to market, and like, what kind of features like you want to improve? What's coming next after all of the release? I mean, you're probably gonna look at the KPIs of after the big update that you did, right?
Well, yeah, we kind of right now the roadmap is clear for us. We really have a backlog of feedbacks from our users, and that's what we plan to do. Like with the Banx release a couple months ago, we made it super simple yet liking like things, and we just wanted to push it out as fast as possible to get the first wave of the feedback and then iterate on that. So we accumulated a lot of things and slowly getting them done. That's kind of the roadmap.
Okay, so until Christmas, and then you can like take the break of Christmas and stuff. And
we don't have breaks here. Maybe a couple of days, just like
25 and first, and that's it.
Like no breaks here.
Exactly.
We're also raising at this moment. So
cool, nice.
Yeah, so we did our first race a year and a half ago. So we kind of very lean project, and maybe but like we haven't took that much money from the mint itself, because it all went to protocol and liquidity. And we kind of also, because we share all the revenue to our holders, we don't pocket. We could just pocket the fees and be sustainable, but we kind of decided to go this decentralized DAO way to give it all back. That's why we're raising right now the second round and final one before IDO.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so 2 points, like the rev share part, like I understand, like same thing, because I asked myself the same question. Like it gets rewarded like for your holders and your community around you, but like, is that not taking a budget from marketing, for example, to grow the company and like put you a little bit back that? But if you use that capital to increase the brand, that would be like a better allocation than rev share. What's your sort of
so we have our own treasury kind of separated from revenue we generate. So marketing and everything, like salaries like that, goes from that treasury. Just the plan is, and always was, just along the way to coordinate that with the DAO and to find the equilibrium between distributing revenue and sustaining the company, right? Because if we're running out of money, then there's nobody to send you your revenue, right?
Exactly.
So we'll balance it out down the line, and it's already kind of in tokenomics, it's already there. Like we collect fees once we launch a token. That's about it.
That's good. Okay, so and about like the fund, like the round that you're doing, how is it going? Did you start it already?
Literally this week, yeah. Like we
Okay.
just basically started. So if anybody interested, wink wink, send me a DM.
Are you doing like a private, like a business angel, or are you going to like institutional, like a Soul Big Brain type of
Yeah,
deal?
Soul Big Brain invested in the first round. So
Nice.
I don't know about the second one. We'll see. So that type of guys, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if there is any Soul Big Brain alike in the chat, please let me know too. But yeah, okay, that's cool. So like, do you have the valuation post money?
I'm not. I don't think I can share, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just asked question.
Yeah, I'm pretty open about all this stuff,
Okay,
but not
cool.
on the stream. Yeah,
no problem.
Later. Just give me a call a bit later.
Okay.
We'll let you in. No worries.
Okay. I have all of my money in JPEGs, bro. It's
well, same.
Shit is going to zero. So sad. But okay, no, I'm interested. Like, yeah, send me the deck. I would be
no problem. We're very welcome for NFT people
like
and like whales and kind of influencers. Like we really kind of like even in the first race, we haven't really raised much from kind of Jump or people like that, just because we wanted to be closer to NFT people. And if you open the first race, it's a lot of NFT people from Solana. And that's what we'll try to do as well, just kind of because like that's the feedback, that's the help we want to seek, like from the people from the same ecosystem.
Ro approached me like the like 6 months ago, last week. It was not last week, like months ago, about that. But like I had to pay my Canadian taxes. That was tricky. But let's talk about it offline. It's gonna be cool because, bro, like you have definitely like a nice product. Like I play with it, play with it for the first time a couple of months ago, and it honestly it opened my eyes on NFT 5 for sure. Like because it was really easy. Then I explore other protocol and stuff, like to understand like what works, what doesn't work, etc. And it's dope. It's a nice It's a nice way to not have like your just sit on your hands and like not doing like crazy stuff like trading that you're trading with your stop loss basically. It's a nice way to get more capitals into your hands and use capital and get some extra soul along the way.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah,
it makes sense. And like, what's the minimum of volume that you need to do on your platform, like to be break even in the business? Like, do you know?
Yeah, it depends really on Solana price as well.
True.
I mean, with the current price, it's not really much of the volume we need to sustain, and we are pretty lean team.
Yeah.
So with the current, if we double, more or less double our volume right now, it's gonna be like there.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's good. Yeah. So if you raise like right now, like you're not far from profitability neither. So it's a good investment even. Nice, dope. And plus like the bull market coming back, and there's a limit.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we are welcome everything. Like we are really not focusing just on the like JPEGs, right? If the next meta on the bull market is going to be real world assets or gaming or something else, infrastructure is going to be there already, right? And we've shown that we really like fast to adjust. We're still the only protocol to support CNFTs in the real way. I believe we're going to be the first one to support inscriptions. So we're just like we're agile in that sense that whatever is coming, we're gonna be the backbone of the of the ecosystem in terms of like NFT lending.
That's dope. But do we need like inscription on Soul?
I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I still haven't really spent much time digging into this. But on the business level, I don't care if we need them or not. If people need them, if they have a value, we're gonna build the infrastructure for it. That's it. I mean, my personal opinion doesn't matter in this.
True. Why not have inscription on Solana? Yeah, true. Fair enough.
People love it. Like you've seen the Tensor volume today on inscriptions. Just like mad.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, the Tensor did 76,000 Sol in volume, and 45,000 of it was inscriptions.
Fuck's sake.
But that's mad. That's mad. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if that's gonna continue, but if it's gonna be a market, we're gonna build the product for it.
That's
as simple as that.
This is the way. I love it. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of like the CNFT vibes too, right? Like, okay, it was hype. Like maybe it was like, I guess, like Tensor. Like when they launched that collection, it was like even like during Breakpoint, like Richard, I think it was Richard, that explaining that they didn't promote it as a CNFT, but just like NFTs. And then people discovered it was like a compressed NFTs. And now that the fact that we have collection with like hundreds of thousands of NFTs, then the floor price is not crazy. So I don't know if the appeals is the same as the NFTs, or just because like collection are way bigger because it costs nothing to do, or is it a completely different use case? Is that going to be the same for inscription?
I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, just people love to play with tech if there's something new. And right now they do SPL 20, but on inscriptions. I mean, maybe if I don't get it yet, it doesn't matter. That's how I approach it. So
makes sense.
We'll see. We'll see how. I mean, I get the point of like having NFTs on chain, like inscribed inside, like to put metadata and the whole image on chain. I get that because it's like truly immutable. Nobody ever will able to remove the image and stuff like that. Like I get that point. To have like SPL 20 tokens done this way, I don't know about that. But at least for NFTs, like true like NFTs, inscriptions do make sense on some level for me. It's costly as hell to produce them, but whatever.
But I think it was a fake tweet, but like someone put like the Shrek movie into
I saw that one. Even if it's fake, it's completely like it's hilarious.
It's relevant. Yeah. Makes sense.
And now, if it's true now, like the Shrek movie lives on Solana blockchain, or as long as Solana is alive, it's gonna be there.
Yeah, like we had like Bitcoin creation, and then just after that, Shrek on chain. Like it's two different creation for the good of humanity, for sure.
That's the sign of the bull market, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for us to trade like rocks or invisible NFTs.
At some point, I remember invisible NFTs on Solana last cycle. It was crazy.
Like the rock NFTs was like what, like 500,000 or something, $250,000. Like, that's what's up. That's what's up. It's art.
I mean, it's hard to explain to the normies. Like when they know examples like that, it's really hard to justify that you're doing that you're serious about what you do.
And the problem is that those projects are getting like the headlines in the papers, and that's how it get out.
Projects like us or Cyberprox are not nowhere to be kind of that exciting for and the media is always going to push the narrative, not push the narrative, but to exercise the narrative. That NFT cost like $2 million and now it costs pennies. It's rather
that's another pro. That only just a topic for another podcast for sure.
That's for sure.
Because I mean, like we are so far from normies adoption. That's why, for example, on this channel, I don't want to talk to normies, right? Because I want to talk to NFT enjoyers. I don't want to do like the video of like, buy a ledger because security is important, blah blah blah. I want to talk about like businesses behind project, because I don't need like proselytism to because then another project like of any invisible houses will pop it and then destroy everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I like, how do you feel like the upcoming war between Solana and ETH next bull run, like when Solana weekend Solana is going to $1,000?
Yeah, I'm really like, yeah, we've seen through the last year that Ethereum is not coming anywhere. So that's my high conviction that I maybe will not flip it. I'm not that confident we're gonna flip it, but we'll get like very close. And I don't mean by floor. I don't mean by price. Like price might be kind of faked in any way, right?
Yeah.
And we saw with like FTX how much money they've put into Sol. It's just like, if you really want, like, you can pump any coin out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like adoption, in terms of like relevance, I think Solana already proved that bear market like didn't kill it, and it's gonna be just like much more, even more relevant coming into the bull. So relevance and usage, it's gonna be there, and like we've seen like already a bit like Matic or Polygon declining and fading. We've seen the same with Cardano. If you don't have like on the base level, if you don't have strong community and strong tech, you will become irrelevant. And that's what I remember happening with like EOS, with Zikila, and all of these Ethereum killers back in the day. And yeah, Solana kept to stayed being relevant. That's why it's gonna perform crazy in the pool, I believe so.
So you think like Solana is different from EOS, for example, in terms of like this killer narrative, because we have the community of NFTs and shit, right?
Not the communities of NFTs, but I've been a developer on EOS.
Okay.
I know how it goes, and the difference is massive in terms of like quality of products you can produce. So Solana is really designed for like TikTok on chain.
Yeah.
Like you it's not a buzzword. You really can do it. Like if you want to, if you're kind of see somehow it can be done better because it's on chain. It's like technically it's possible. Like completely, you have no limitations, pretty much. EOS wasn't built, in that way. Still, people would need to not just have EOS on their wallets, but also to have like to rent some money so that they have a fee. So it was complicated for the users. It was complicated for the developers. And in terms of like speed and credit dancer also comes into the play. In terms of like speed and fees, and that's the only right now. That's the only chain that one of the only chains that will allow you to build products like that, like messaging app with dialect, for example. Yeah, like TikTok, any other like Web2 use case can be redone on Solana. So that wasn't happening with EOS.
Bro, like if we can be the real ETH killer, that's gonna be funny years for sure, man.
I mean, Solana doesn't need to be an ETH killer, in my opinion. Like ETH, ETH is good on its own. Like there is so much liquidity. It's just like it's like a But yeah, Solana will be definitely a layer for the next generation of applications, the next generation of use cases that are going to be really like going really like finding real product market fit, because product market fit for the blockchain itself is very hard to find. We haven't really figured out anything aside from financial transactions and stuff. And I believe like Solana is only one of the only chains that is capable of creating new narratives around and creating new type of apps that we can't even like figure out just yet, like transactions between AIs, for example, shit like that. there is literally nobody else to do that, because if AI operates like in financial field, you need it to perform fast, right? Because you don't want to wait for your response for like minutes, right? It should be fast, it should be cheap, and it should be easy to build on for such use case, for example. And if we imagine like a future where my AI agent somehow interacts with yours, and there is some kind of financial stuff to be done, that's the only chain that is going to happen on. And these kind of use cases and an intersection between Web 2, Web 3, AI, whatever the new tech is going to be, that's really just a chain for the future. It's the chain for use cases like that.
Okay, I'm bullish on Sol.
And like selling Solana to you.
Exactly, like FMR. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that again, but I like vocally. But yeah, what's up? Sell your Decod, ETH will be irrelevant. Yeah, that's Let me get back to my ledger. I'm just waiting on Frank to see what he's cooking, and then we'll see. We'll take a decision.
So he pumps, and then you don't.
And then I can tag the Sol, and that's it. Stack the Sol and wait 2025 and do some take some loans on Banx, and then the cycle is all virtuous.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, okay, so also about that cycle on Sol and stuff, like the top 10 market cap in 2017 is not the same almost than what we saw around 2021. So okay, so we understand your bullish case on Sol. What can be like the counter thesis to that, and where Solana can be attacked in the next cycle? Not just like because there is a new shiny chain, but like, what could go wrong with Sol?
That's a good question, actually. I think the worst thing that could possibly happen to Solana already happened.
Yeah, true.
So it's really hard, like from the person who experienced that, it's really hard to come up with something worse than
bro, I was sweating when Sol was at 8 and stuff like that. That was a good opportunity, but bro, that was like, what the fuck?
Well, it wasn't nice at all. I have like a whole
I lost.
The people started withdrawing money.
Okay, I think I lost you for a second. So what did you say? Did you say like what happened to you? Oh.
Okay, you're breaking up a bit.
Yes, same thing. I don't know. Chat, can you confirm? Can you hear me? We could go back shutting down when Overload was busy. No, because we are fire dancer now. Okay, is the connection good? So what did you say? Right, like at 8? Yes, okay, cool. What happens to you at $8?
Yeah, like when I was getting on the plane pretty much after the breakpoint. And everything was fine. Like, there were some rumors about Binance buying out FTX and stuff like that. But everything was fine. And my flight was like 4 or 5 hours, and I landed to completely new reality. Just everything is fucked. And I go on my phone, and I spent 2 hours at the airport just scrolling through my phone and fixing up the situation.
Shit.
Because at the time we had a very high TVL in our pools, like 10 mil or something like that. It was all denominated in Sol, so the TVL dropped. But that's
it's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, but the people were withdrawing, trying to sell Sol at the same time, and they were withdrawing money from the pools. And at some point, we did utilization was massive because all our Sol was in people's loans. NFTs, so we couldn't give out any Sol to them, and a lot of people were raging. It's like I can't withdraw. We are trying to explain to people that that's how in lending works, right? Your money is used in these loans. Like, how do you imagine us just like where do we get it from? So it was crazy night indeed. Like, I haven't slept till 4 a.m. I think that night, and it was just like. I remember this couple of Red Bulls on the call with my guys and trying to, solve the whole situation was insane. Crazy. So Yeah, I mean, the worst thing has already happened.
Yeah.
So I think there is a risk of the founding team to go into wrong direction, like it happened with Ethereum. Because like what happened when with the Ethereum, they also had like very centralized team in the very beginning, but then they kind of all split up, and like one guy went to do Polkadot, the other guy other stuff, and Vitalik is kind of still there. But I think just like they really picked the wrong path to evolution of the evolution of the chain, and it got too big to change rapidly and like to adjust, or even like the changes that are happening right now, they were planned like a few years ago, and that's really a long time. So there is a risk of happening the same with the Solana team, but so far, like at least from what I know, they're still very much in the startup setup. They don't have like a runway for like 20 years, and they don't really like, they're still in the stage of, or in the mindset at least, of like what's happening like 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So that's a good sign that they won't pick the wrong evolution path. But yeah, I think I from here, like from now after FTX, and it depends of course on how these assets are going to be liquidated, but I think everything is all right now. And as far as I know, they as far as I know, downloaded as hell already. So
I read like both, like they didn't sell shit, they sold everything. Like it's I'm not sure exactly what's the state of the asset is, but even like if they jail, like not jail, but like trial and stuff, like we got some time. We get another cycle.
And it might sound kind of bad that they have not that big of the runway, but it's actually good for
that's good. Like,
for the mindset and stuff. I mean, Ethereum also had this kind of DAO event when they basically forked the whole chain to return some money. So we have a like example of tech going, and like chain like that going through event like this. So I think Sol is going to be just fine.
Let's go. That was up.
Buy more Sol.
Exactly. Yeah. Stake it. Get this liquid stake, and then borrow more.
Just accumulate.
Let's go.
Accumulate. That's what I was busy with. Just slowly accumulating throughout the whole beer. Just like stacking, lending, whatever.
And so since then, since FTX, you don't take planes anymore, right?
Not anymore. Yeah.
That's good.
After there was a lot of rumors that after this breakpoint, also something like shitty will happen.
Yeah, we went to the moon, man.
Yeah, but it was the opposite finally. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like the Binance case stuff, like with all of the CZ shit stuff, that could have been like systemic too, right? So if we put that behind us too, like the last legs that can crush the whole crypto market is USDT, but I guess that's another story.
Actually, if you dig deep enough into USDT, you understand how fucked we are. Honestly, if at some point, like even like if like 20% of it blows up, like we're so fucked. So better not to tell anybody about it.
And that's gonna be an episode 2, man. Come back next week.
No problem.
But man, I think we can slowly wrap it up the show because we are already above the hour, man. I hope you enjoyed. I love our conversation. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, like all the time, brother.
Amazing. Okay, so I have like the same question for all of the guests. Just before we conclude everything, what's a question that you wish people ask you but they never do?
Why your product is better than the others?
Let's go.
You mean I have to answer that?
And you also have to answer that.
Okay. You haven't mentioned that. I mean, just like we're just better in every direction.
Nice.
Or it's fast and slick user experience. That's pretty much it. Like the reason why Tensor overcame Magic Eden or like in the process of overtaking, whatever you call it, is because like the user experience was times better, not just like slightly better, but times better. And that's what we really try to focus on when we're building Banx, is to make user experience times better than the rest. And we're still kind of on the path, but if you just watch our like one of the recent comparison videos, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Yeah, so user experience, and we first and second, we really listen to what people say in our Discord, and trying our best to meet their expectations and requests, instead of like forgetting, like not touching it for like months. So we iterate fast on user feedback. We add whatever we can as fast as we can, and the user experience is already times ahead.
Like, I think that's the secret sauce in Web3. Like, if you can keep your team lean and like below 10 people, you are going way faster. That's what's required than every big behemoth, and then you can compete. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So don't hire, please. And F, like, what's blow up USDT? Are these rumors are forever? Yes, 100%.
No, not rumors, brother. I mean, just dig deep enough, and you will be.
I don't know if all of the fund are Safu, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, use USDC, brother.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, Bitcoin, it's either it's going to zero in the next 10 years, or it's going to be like $1 million. Like,
neither. Honestly, I don't say neither. I think the upside is already like very limited for Bitcoin, and I mean, my opinion. I'm not a trader.
That's interesting.
I'm not a trader at all. I think we might see like 100,000 at some point, but that's gotta be like just not. Yeah, that's my like. Yeah, I don't think Bitcoin gonna do like 10x. Not happening.
But what about good tea, Vittle? Yes, join my free Telegram group for airdrop of shitcoin and other analysis. Okay, that's interesting.
Upside limit Solana. For Solana, I think it's just Ethereum market cap. That
would be $500.
$500
at current market. I saw that on I saw it
that's
on
nothing.
Twitter.
That's nothing really. Like I would say like a couple thousand. That would be like the limit. I mean,
I'm not enough money, man. Like the market cap of Solana with the tokenomics. The tokenomics are like meh. On Sol,
I agree on that. Yeah, so that might be the limit. The limit. But honestly, markets are irrational. Like it's irrational as hell. So they don't really care if there's tokenomics shit. If there's like demand like that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so bro, like how many Sol will like millions we spend on rugs?
It's better to not think about it. Yeah, I sell all my Ethereum at $200, and I still try not to think about it.
Okay, I mean, like I didn't sell my Decod at 800 Sol neither, so
yeah, you can get
it is what it is, but. Okay, and last question: who should be the next guest, and can you make the introduction?
Yeah, honestly, you should. I don't know if Tensor guys were on your podcast. You should definitely invite them.
Yeah,
they were.
Like we are check. I now that I've met Richard, I think
or Cyberfrogs. I recently got really connected with them.
Okay,
just super.
That's cool. I'm not like I don't know a lot about them. Yeah, that could be nice.
Trust me, trust me. They're like fascinating guys. So.
Oh yeah, I also sold the BTC at $500. Yeah, that's.
It's all right, brother. Like you win some and you lose some.
Yeah, but yeah. That was also one of the revelation. Like, even if you're doing good, you think about all of your mistakes, and then you like say, "What the fuck? I'm so fucking stupid." But you already have like 20,000 times. I said, bro, I'm so fucking stupid. But anyway, man, I don't want to take more of your time. Do you have any takeaways for the people that are watching the stream and the video that you would like them to bring back home before we close the stream?
No, I think I've covered pretty much everything. Yeah, Solana, bullish on Solana, bullish on Banx. So shilling relentlessly. So
nice.
If you have any JPEGs in your wallet and you want to access some liquidity, just head over to banx.gg and you will see yourself.
Thanks some Decod3rs loans. We are listing on that, like make increase the volume there, and it's perpetual. So yeah, let's go.
Thank you.
Ben, Tim, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you.
Sure.
Yeah, let's keep chit-chatting in the DM. Thank you so much for everything that you do for the ecosystem.
Thank
everyone.
You,
thank you so much for watching the show. You can claim your views after I put that into take it out of the live section. You know the drill. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye, and we will see you in the next stream. Bye, everyone.
See you.
See you, Tim.